Hello, folks. I'm Bob Kitchen, one of the owners here at Maple Hill Golf, and you're listening to the official podcast of Maple Hill, The Hill Unscripted. Every 2 weeks, I'll bring you the real talk from inside the golf world, insights, stories, and conversations that matter to you as a golfer and a valued part of the Maple Hill family. Well, hello, fam. We're back here once again. I'm your host, Bob Kitchen, here with The Hill Unscripted, my podcast. I get to shoot. I get to be lucky enough to be the host for this podcast. I guess I haven't done one of these in a while. That's just me talking. Been a little bit. Yeah, the rant. I got a couple rants in, and I actually got some really positive feedback about that. I'm sure not everybody loved it, but it's the way I feel after working in this business for coming up on 32 years pretty soon, which is amazing. It's the only job I've ever had, so it's all I've ever known. So anyhow, if you get a chance, watch those rant podcasts. There's little clips that go out on Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff, but if you want to watch the full versions, they're actually pretty funny. So anyhow, she wanted me to say, Caitlin said, just tell me a little bit about what I've been up to recently. So I have been getting in some golf, which is nice. The weather's finally turned in this lovely state of Michigan. I think that the worst is behind us. Knock on wood. Hope that's true. Started off in league. I played in 3 out of the first 4 weeks. I missed a really bad week when I was in Florida on my fishing trip, but I've been awful, and I mean awful. My league partner's been awful, and we've been playing against good players too, so that compounds the awfulness. We do got some really fun guys in our flight, which is great. That really makes it. You guys that play in league, anybody or gals, anybody listen to this, if you know what I'm talking about, like if you play with a buddy or sometimes even playing against somebody you want to beat real bad is actually a little bit of a motivation to go and kind of kick their butt. But that's been fun. I got a little pickleball league going on Wednesday night. That's been fun. So funny customer stories or experiences, man, oh man, we have so many funny ones. And I'm now the host on our Whatnot Live selling, and that's been really fun. And there's so many funny, witty people on there that are just incredible how they think of things differently. Definitely way different than what I do. My guess is they're younger and probably way cooler than what I am. So there's been a lot of really funny stuff on there, and the Whatnot Live. If you're not already follow us, or you don't have that app, download that app and follow Maple Hill Golf on there. It's just one word, Maple Hill Golf. Look us up and give us a follow. Whatnot is a crazy selling app. It's now the #1 live selling app in the country. eBay's coming after them. I'll talk about that a little bit later in this podcast. But my son just graduated. So James Kitchen, the one that was on here doing the puppet, you might have seen that video before. That kind of went viral for a while there. That was funny. He's graduated. He's going to Michigan State this fall. That's a little surreal. So yeah, he has 5 vehicles and 2 run. That was what I wrote on his car. I wrote a bunch of chlorophyll, more like borophyll, that kind of thing on his car. Everybody else was writing, "Congratulations, graduate," and I was like, people are being nice, like not me, not to my son. Like I keep him on his toes. I got to keep ribbing him. That's how he knows I love him. Biggest golf trend you're seeing? That's the next question on here. The mini driver continues to be a very hot topic. That Exotics one, I just shot that video with you the other day. That club is beautiful. They nailed it. That Thriver titanium mini driver that we got in 4,000 of them. I think it's the best buy ever. If you want to try a mini driver and not spend $1 billion, this podcast isn't designed for marketing, but check it out. It's the Thriver. It's like driver, but TH. Thriver. It's a 3-wood driver, mini driver. It's awesome. Beautiful golf club. Zero torque is falling off some, but more and more companies keep bringing it out, so they kind of pull it back into the limelight. I know on tour, I think the usage is down 8% on zero torque putters, but people still seem to think that that's the magic wand, so that continues on. Wedges are hot. Callaway trade-in promos, gigantic right now still. That goes through June, I think. Father's Day is coming. We just had that meeting on Monday. Father's Day sale is going to be gigantic. We're doing it like 3 full weeks this year. We got new gift cards you can finally use on our website, which is great. Buy them and use them on our website. Praise the Lord for all things that are right. Biggest golf trends you're seeing. Yeah, what else is hot? I guess Aaron Ray? I don't even know how to say his last name. Aaron Ray. 2 gloves. Yeah, he's on here. I see he's on here. But that's hot. Like, people are like, oh, my goodness, you can wear 2 gloves. Iron covers, right? You're not a huge dork if you have iron covers. So, yeah. And what golfers are buying the most right now? I guess I just kind of went over that, but irons are hot. We've still got iron deals. I mean, we've still got drivers are running a little thin right now. We've still got some fairway woods. We got lots of hybrids. We got lots of wedges, putters. There's a lot of stuff, man. Maple Hill's been in the right spot. We just met with our accountant yesterday. We had a big, long 2-hour meeting with him, and we've run our business properly, where I can tell you confidently that we keep buying the right stuff and passing on the savings to you guys, and I really appreciate all of our patrons. Whether you're a Maple Hill customer or not, if you're just listening to this podcast to hear me ramble on about God knows what, our business is going well, and I thank each and every one of you, from myself and my staff and my family that owns Maple Hill. Personally, I want to say thank you all very much for your support. we're going to keep on working hard to make sure that you guys are getting the best stuff for the best price. As I said in my rant, I hate seeing people spend too much. I work really hard for my money. I really do. I hope my employees notice that. I'm running around here all day. I come in early. I leave late. I leave as late as I can possibly stay, I guess is the way I should word that. And we do that all for you guys so that our employees are set up for success and that our customers experience that success. So moving away from that, on to the PGA Championship. Talking a little bit about that. Aaron Ray, I'll say it that way. I have to confess something. Until that tournament, I have literally never heard the guy's name before. Never in my life have I heard that guy's name uttered out of anyone's lips ever. No idea. And if that doesn't show you, and golf is my business, right? Basketball is my favorite sport. Golf is my business. And golf is what I play because I'm old now. I'm 47. I don't play hoops anymore. But that goes to show you just how tough golf is. I've said it. I'm not going on a rant, but I've said it 1,000 times how difficult this sport is. Now you got some guy that comes out of nowhere, and he'd be like, what do you mean out of nowhere? I've been working hard my whole life. And he has, right? They got videos of him as a little kid with a putting green in his backyard and chipping and all the things and working hard on his game forever. And then that's how many people can win. That's the difference, the minuscule hairline differences between being on the tour or not, being in contention or not, and winning or not. All of it is microscopic. And it's who makes a few more putts. He dropped that bomb from 68 foot, right? Wasn't that what it was? 68 foot from across the green. That was awesome to watch that go in. And then Scotty Scheffler, right? The best golfer on the planet. He can't throw it in the ocean. They're both using spider putters. One could make it, one can't. So, folks, if you heard what I just said, do you think it's the putter? I don't think it's the putter. They're both using the same putter. One's making them, one ain't. So it ain't the putter. Sorry to burst your bubble. It's not. Is this a breakout moment for Aaron? I'd have to say so, but I mean, there's been so many names in the past that guys that win and then they just vanish. Chad Campbell and I think Danny Willett, he won something once. And, you know, some of these guys just win and then they vanish right back into the woodwork. And that's okay. I'm not saying anything is against it. The guy won millions of dollars. I'm sure he won 2 point something or maybe even $3 million. Good for him. He deserves it. Is it a breakout moment? I hope so. I hope he sticks around. I hope he continues to win. He seems like a great guy, family guy, humble beginnings, which a lot of these guys don't have that. And that's not their fault either, right? You don't choose your parents. That's done from somebody different than all of us. Was it good for golf? I think it is. I think it's eye-opening for the consumer and the golf fan to see a new face out there and hear his story. I think the more stories we get out there, the better off we are. That's the way I personally feel. Like, why wouldn't we want to hear everyone's story, right? And you don't hear about them if they take, T38. Who cares, right? Like that's not a story unless it's Scotty Scheffler that took T38, which he didn't, but that's a story. But when it's a new guy winning, that's a story. And then you get to hear about the guy and you get to know all the things, and that's great. And what his wife and kids and where he came from and what his life's like. And so good for him. So is it good for golf? I'd say, hell yeah, it's good for golf. I think it's great for golf. Realistically, it'd be great if, like, you guys ever been to a hockey game? Anybody listening to this podcast, I hope you've been to a hockey game before. And I hope you sat next to somebody that knows what the hell they're talking about. If you listen, hockey fans are nuts. They're absolutely nuts. Oh, yeah, that guy, he's from Quebec, and he came through the minor league at the blah, 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 and he's been in the league for 7 years, and he played AAA here and AA there. And his dog's name is Fido. Like, holy moly. You know what I'm talking about? Hockey fans know everything about every player on the ice. I go to the Griffins game, like, oh, well, that guy came through the blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm just cheering for him. I just want him to win. I don't know hockey at all. I know this. Hockey games in person are one of the funnest sports to be at. Absolute blast. Hockey games on TV, not the same experience. In person, phenomenal. Hockey fans, absolutely love them. They're dedicated. They're into it. They're nuts. I love all that. And they just want to drink beer and kind of like wrestle around, but they don't really want to fight like football fans want to kind of fight. Everybody's got an ego when it comes to football. Hockey's difficult and it's low scoring and it's endurance and it's strength, but it's toughness. And then if you meet hockey players, right? We have a downtown Grand Rapids. We have a minor league hockey team called the Griffins. The Griffins equipment manager is a buddy of mine. Went to high school with him. Phenomenal human being. His name's Brad. I won't say his last name. Everybody calls him Dog. Dog is one of my favorite dudes. Great guy. He brings the Griffins in here all the time. Now he has all the Griffins coming here for all their equipment or to play golf in the spring when there's no other golf courses open or hit balls in the range, whatever. Hockey guys are I literally haven't met one. I've met probably, I'm going to say 50, round number. I haven't met one I don't like. I haven't met one I don't like. What's that? Oh, and they love golf. And they smash the golf ball. And there's a guy, I will say this guy's full name because it's public, but the guy's name is Travis Richards. He's a member at Railside, plays in league with me. We call him Richie. Richie's one of my favorite dudes ever. His jersey is hanging in the Van Andel Arena, downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's hanging in the rafters. The guy's an absolute stud. He only played like 3 games or something in the NHL, which is still amazing. Like, this guy was so good, they retired his jersey, and he still only played 3 games in the big leagues. He made some money. He did fine. Now he coaches little kids, like elite hockey. Like, I think it's 13, 14 or something like that. 14U, I think they call it, whatever. Anyhow, Richie's a hell of a golfer, one of my favorite dudes. He's like, your kid doesn't need new skates or a new stick. He's just not that good. That's my speech to the parents. Like, hockey guys are real. Hockey guys are fantastic. So I absolutely love the hockey fan and everything that goes along with all that. So I think that the more stories we hear, the more people we get involved in the sport, fantastic. Could he become a regular contender? He must already be, right? If you don't just show up and win a major. I never heard his name before. I don't even know what's the highest he's ever finished. Not in that. Can you look that up a minute while I'm talking? His best finish ever, not winning the PGA Championship. Yeah. Look up his career stats. So I don't even know what in the hell the guy's even done before. I really don't. But we'll look him up and see. So could he become a regular contender? I'd say yes. Hopefully he's not just a total flash in the pan, but he's already earned $16 million. He got his tour card in 22. He got his tour card 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 6 international wins and 2 on tour, and one of them is a major now. Now he's a major winner, which Phil Mickelson wasn't a major winner, for 80% of his career, and then he finally won a bunch. Unbelievable. So, yeah, could he become a regular contender? Yeah, I'd say he's already won 6 events on this planet, so good for him. And each and every one of those is hard. And PGA, one of the majors, is really hard. So enough about him, but good for him. LIV Golf and PGA Tour drama. Saudi Arabia's public investment fund pulling. So I don't want to talk too much about LIV because it's kind of a lot of what if, what might be, and I kind of projecting the future is I can't stand watching that on ESPN, so I don't want to talk too much about it. I never understood the LIV. I've said this before on the podcast. I don't get it. Most businesses, most organizations are set up to be profitable. I think that's pretty common. I think unless you're a nonprofit, right? Now, the NBA is not a nonprofit, right? They make a ton of money. They make so much money that they support the G League and the women's, WNBA and all these other things. And they support other things beyond that. And then they have scholarships that go down into high school and like Nike and Adidas and all these guys. They all have different scholarships that they run through to get these kids. And LIV, where is the profitability ever been in LIV? And how are you going to pay someone $330 million or whatever DJ got or whatever that was? One of those guys got a giant contract, and ever get that money back? When does that come back? And at the event, are they selling a ton? Is it like the Masters? They can't be. There's no way. The LIV just doesn't have the same draw as the PGA Tour. It's not even close. And then my whole thing, well, they just wanted the Saudis, the oil tycoons just wanted to get involved in a sport. Well, why in the world did they choose golf? Golf, it's like number 8 or whatever sport we are on the hierarchy, right? Like, you'd be better off buying all the horses. Like, just buy all the horses and take over the Kentucky Derby. You get more notoriety than you do the second grade PGA Tour event it's like you're the B-rate golf event. Who cares? So I don't know. LIV, it never made sense to me. Someone will have to sit down and tell me the X's and O's of it and like what their long-term plan was, because I understand money means nothing to them. I get that. They're printing money every day, and if you look at gas price right now, they're killing us, right? They're trying to prove a point. They're fighting a war at the gas station, right? And we're fighting a war for whatever reason, whatever. But anyhow, they have unlimited money, and it's our money that we keep giving them because they have the oil underneath them and we don't, or whatever. We're using theirs. So I get they don't care about money, but then if you don't, so what? You needed it to be profitable. You didn't need it to be profitable. What was the plan? I literally don't know. I think the whole thing's a mess. Is LIV in trouble? I'd say hell yes, it's in trouble. Has LIV actually helped golf? Has LIV helped golf is a tough question. That's a good question. Is that your question? Is it? Yeah. I think it actually has helped golf. I think that it has helped the average player, the good players, even this Aaron Rai, right? He's won $16 million. I've never even heard his name. So he's scraping by. He'll be all right. I think he can live off $16 million. It just elevated all the money, and I think it might have taken a little bit from the bosses, the PGA Tour, the USGA, all those guys. I think it might have knocked them down a peg or two, and I think that might have been a good thing. I think they might have got a little too high in the hog. They might have been kind of whipping their horse a little more than they needed to. And I think that is good. What would golf look like without LIV? How many years has LIV been going? 5? So it looked like that. It looked like what it did 5 years ago, 6 years ago. When everyone was playing every week, you got to see all the best players, and it wasn't a divide. And the guys that left, I can tell you this, I said this before too, the guys that left, I get it. I totally get it. If your job is golf and your goal is to support your family and make money, then that's what you should do. Somebody offers you, well, you can't take that money. That's oil money. That's they kill their family members and blah blah blah. And like, okay, so he who is without sin can go ahead and cast the first stone, right? That's how the reading goes. So if you think all these other things are squeaky clean and everything's perfect, I beg to differ. So if anybody that jumped to LIV, I don't care. I welcome them. I personally welcome back with open arms. I would also say you got to play in. If you suck now, you can't play anymore, dude. I'm saying you can't take somebody else's spot that worked hard and went through all the ranks and did all the things. Like, well, so your name is Dustin Johnson, so you're just back in. And no, I'm not picking on Dustin Johnson. I'm just saying, play your way back in. You want to get back on? You got to play your way back in. You left. You want to come back? Play your way back in. If not, like, there's only so many days. Like, what's Dustin Johnson going to do, right? He's got a boat. He's got a hot wife. He's got a rich father-in-law. He's rich. Everybody's rich. So what are you going to do all day? Probably play some golf and maybe try to play competitively. He's still a man. He's still got at least some sort of an ego. I don't know the guy personally, but I'm sure he has some sort of an ego. All of us guys do. Like, we're all competitive. We all want to dominate and win, and we're still cavemen basically. So I think it'll be good if they do come back. I just say make them play back in. That's my opinion. Brooks and Patrick Reed returning to the PGA Tour. Is this good for the tour? I say hell yeah. It is. Bring them all. Let's get back to what it once was. Screw the LIV. Get rid of that. I'm fine with it. They did their job. They elevated the pay. Norman and Mickelson proved their point. Fine with that. Let's get back on the same page and let's go back forward as one. Like if we had another Major League Baseball or like XFL, right? When Vince McMahon was trying to do that, it just doesn't. It's just not this. It's hard to dethrone the authority. Yeah, the OG, the authority on the sport. It's just hard to overturn that. That's turning around a cruise ship it takes a long time, right? Even to stop the cruise ship takes miles. So anyhow, that's my opinion on all the LIV stuff. And did LIV hurt or help their careers, those two guys? I would say it helped it. Because they have a lot more money than what they did before. So, and they got some notoriety. Even the guys that left got some notoriety, right? They got notoriety just for leaving. Cam Smith, he's going to LIV now. He won the British or something, right? He won the Open. And right after that, I think he left. He earned his way. So they didn't just all of a sudden offer him $130 million or whatever his contract was. It was a lot of money. He had to win. You have to get there. They don't just offer to Joe Blow off the street. You have to earn an invitation to get on to LIV. So good for him. Good for him. Should Bryson leave LIV? I think he might not have a choice, right? I think that Bryson has kind of become his own brand a little bit. And I think Bryson thinks his brand is cooler than what Bryson's brand is, coolness-wise. Like, he thinks he's here, and I think it's a little more here. And I think he was down here. My hat's off to Bryson. I'm proud of the kid. I think he took a long, hard look in the mirror, and he said, I need to make a change, and he did. And he even publicly stated that, I believe, at one point in time. He's like, yeah, I had to learn some lessons and et cetera. So, good for Bryson. I do think that he's done some fun stuff with president and all this craziness and hitting over his house and hole-in-one and all that. great. I'm all for it. Smashing the golf ball, changing his body, getting strong. You know, zebras don't get spots, right? Like, he's still a zebra, but he's improved himself. That doesn't mean a zebra can't run faster. It can, but so good for him. When he comes back to the PGA Tour, I think it'll be great. I really do. I think he's matured. Plus, a lot of these things that happen when these guys are in their 20s. When you're in your 20s, everybody's kind of got this, you know, and like Brooks is going like this. Like, Bryson's walking around like he's sweet. Brooks is irritated by it. Brooks is giving him one of these. I get it. If you've ever been in your 30s and never been irritated by someone in your 20s, please raise your hand. I can guarantee you have. I'm in my 40s. When I go play pickleball on Wednesday night, the young people are usually annoying me. I got to be honest, because they're like all crazy, and all the older people are nice and chill and relaxed. Trust me, that's how it works. Or they want to be the other or whatever, blondes, brunettes, whatever. It's how it works. It's just everybody wants the other and doesn't like the this. Old hates young, young hates old. That hates maybe a strong word. Dislikes, whatever, irritated, no patience, whatever you want to call it. That's how it works. So if Bryson comes back, it's a different Bryson. He's matured. I think that he has blown his brand up, which is he's trying to make money and earn money. I think he's doing that, so hats off. Good for him. Hopefully he makes it back to the PGA Tour. If he doesn't make it back to the Tour, he'll kind of slide into irrelevance at some point in time because he's no longer in the limelight. If you're not playing on any tour or the Champions Tour even kind of like, who cares? But at least you still can say you won something and, you know, you might make SportsCenter. Your relevance, like if Tiger Woods right now decided to do this and become a YouTuber and all this stuff, he would be very popular. Tiger Woods transcends the sport of golf. I don't think Bryson DeChambeau is at that level by any stretch. I think Phil Mickelson's there, probably Rory at this point. Tiger's obviously there. He transcends all sports. He's like the Jordan symbol, right? Like that's just, you know what it is. Will the PGA Tour benefit from having him back? I think I answered that, yes. Moving right along into the new products, just briefly. Tour Edge is now entering the zero torque putter business. They've got 4 models, all great looking, and the price is reasonable. We're actually entering the zero torque business. You didn't put that on here, but Maple Hill has a Revelation zero torque putter coming out. I think it comes out maybe May, if not June. Steve just gave me the update the other day. If it's not end of this month, it'll be in June. And we picked 2 models. We have a guy that designs golf clubs, a friend of ours. He designs them for a lot of the major brands. I can't say who they are legally. I'll leave that out. We have the Revelation Zero Torque. We named them after my kids and Andy's kids. Did you know that? Did you see the names on them? One's the JM and one's the RB.
Do you want to show a sneak peek right now?
No, I don't want to show a sneak peek, but we'll come back and shoot the video when we actually get them in. It comes with a beautiful head cover, and the price point's outrageously low. Zero torque putters don't have to be expensive. A lot of them just are, because a lot of them spend a lot of money on social media to get people to believe it's better and make more putts and whatever. That's for you guys to decide, not me. That's a whole different show. But Tour Edge is bringing one out. Wilson still continues to be our hottest seller, the Zero Torque Infinite. It's beautiful, and the price is so good. And then Maple Hill Revelation is going to be just dynamite. And again, we named them after our kids. So my kids are James and Mitch. The one's called the JM. And Andy's kids are Riley and Ben. The one's called the RB. And they're just beautiful putters. They really are. And you won't believe the price. And the quality is absolutely first grade. This guy that makes them, he does such a good job. Head cover, the grip, the shaft, the whole thing just looks dynamite. So more on that and soon, probably even on the next podcast. I shoot these every 2 weeks. Yeah. Next podcast, I might even we can probably show it then. So you can write that down as a note. Mailbag. Getting into the questions. How do you know what ball to use? And this is from Jake on TikTok. How do you know what ball to use? All right, I'll go this way. If you're shooting around 100 for 18 holes, hit anything. Doesn't matter. The more distance and the less spin the ball has, the better off you are. The higher handicapper, the bad golfer, which is most of us, to be honest. If you're breaking 90, if you're 90 to 100, probably still need to play a distance ball. Might want a little bit of spin for green side. If you're breaking 90, you might want to start getting into a little bit more high-performance ball. What I always say is track your shots. If you're consistently coming up short, you need a more distance golf ball. You can either go to a soft golf ball like a Wilson Staff Duo, or you can go to a distance golf ball like a Callaway Warbird, Bridgestone E6, that just goes far if you're consistently coming up short of the green. If your chips are consistently coming up short of the hole, you need more distance, less spin. The ball's spinning too much. You need it to roll more towards the hole. So use a distance ball. If you're breaking 90, I said 90. If you're breaking 80 Now you need to start looking at the high performance, maybe the urethane golf balls, especially if you need a lot of greenside control. So I play the Wilson staff model golf ball myself. It's one of 3 golf balls made that's cast urethane. It's the most expensive way to make a ball, which is the same as Pro V1. And one other brand does it, and that's only 3 brands that make them that way. It is very good in the wind. Greenside spin's fantastic. I know I'm giving up distance off the tee, but I need the greenside spin because I play at rail side. The greens are very undulated. I miss a lot of greens because I'm not that good of a golfer. So when I chip, I need the ball to hold the greens a little bit better than what a distance ball does. So how do you know what ball to use? Map your shots. If your shot's going consistently in the wrong direction, you have too much spin, you need less spin. Go to a Bridgestone E6, Callaway Warbird, Wilson Staff Duo, something along those lines. Callaway Super Soft. I don't even know what Callaway's Warbird's a distance ball. Anyhow, something like one of those. Those all work great for the guy who needs more distance. Playing a ball consistently does help you. It does help you. If you're consistently using the same thing, you know a little bit more what to expect. I think that's why the tour players are very, very commonly don't change. Like when the new Pro V1 comes out, everyone doesn't just go, oh yeah, I got to have the new Pro V1s. Like I think on tour I read one time there's like 20-something versions of Pro V1 currently being played on the tour. Like all the different models, even back like 8 or 10 years ago, they're still using that ball because they like it. And the distance gains are so fractional that does the new ball go further? They can probably prove it somehow, but realistically, it's about the same as what it was 10 years ago, to be honest. So the tour players all use kind of their own version, and that's where that left dash and right dot and all that crazy stuff came out with all these different versions and varieties of Pro V1, Pro V1X, and then, of course, AVX, which stands for Alternative to V and X, AVX. And that is designed for slower swing speeds, but still a urethane ball. They dropped the price a little bit on that. Great performing golf ball for much wider range of people than what Pro V1 and Pro V1X does. So hope that helps you a little bit with the golf ball answer. It's semi-complicated, but hope you followed that. One last thing on the Maple Spill is we are now doing, my brother's the host of eBay Live. We're doing eBay Live now. I think he's doing Tuesday and Thursday only to start. And then we're going to probably ramp that up. Right now we're doing Whatnot Live Monday through Saturday, and we're going to possibly ramp that up to twice a day. We might start doing evenings with some of the kids. We've got some really cool ideas with that. So anyhow, more on that to come. But if you want to see our live shows, they're unbelievably fun, and we sell a ton of stuff. And then what's cool about the live shows is you guys pick the price completely. We started at $1. It sells for whatever the hell it sells for, and away it goes from there. So it's a really fun format to sell stuff on. My master's hat, I can't knock that down. It's a really fun format to sell stuff on. It's absolutely great. I should mention these because these very well might happen before the next podcast. Free wedge fitting event, June 12, here at the Granville store from 3 to 7 at the outdoor driving range. Wedge fitting. Fantastic. This will help you lower your scores. Do you know the loft of your pitching wedge? Do you know your distances? Do you know what your next loft should be? Do you know what your next loft should be? Should you even have a lob wedge, or should you just stick with a sand wedge? All those questions will be answered. June 12th, 3 to 7. You can sign up here at the Granville store. You can also call in. We'll be at the range. Same day, same time, Cobra fitting event. Cobra's new stuff is on fire. The Optum stuff is absolutely on fire. We're selling the crap out of it. They nailed it once again. I know everybody thinks it stands for Outperforms TaylorMade. I know Cobra did hire all of TaylorMade's engineers, so that was probably a little bit of a play on name, and Cobra's pretty witty like that, so maybe like behind closed doors, that is what it meant. But their stuff is hot, man. June 12th, 3 to 7, here at the Granville store at the driving range, Cobra fitting event. I think you sign up in half-an-hour increments. Is that what it is? Half-an-hour increments. So 3 to 7, so there's not a super ton of spots, so call in or stop in the store and sign up for that. And then the big fitting event is the following Friday, June 19. This is right the weekend of Father's Day. Yeah, because Father's Day is the 21st. This is going to be nuts. I'm taking this day off. Big fitting event. Callaway, Mizuno, Tour Edge, and Wilson. All 4 of those brands are hot this year. They really are. I'm looking at all 4 of those, thinking every one of those, we're selling a ton of their stuff. Callaway, Mizuno, Tour Edge, and Wilson. Friday, June 19, 3 to 7, here at Granville at the outdoor driving range. Call in or stop by the store to get your time for that as well. If you want to hit more than one, you can do one from 3 to 3:30 and one from 3:30 to 4 if you want. If you want to go compare the Mizunos and the Callaways, or Tour Edge and the Wilson, or Tour Edge and Callaway, whatever, any combination, we got you. is that I think that's about it. I don't have a whole lot more to add to it. I appreciate the positive feedback with the podcast and my mom, the rants. I'm really having a lot of fun doing this. So thank you all very much for listening. And new episodes drop every other week. So be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast, whether it's Spotify or the podcast app or whatever we're on, YouTube, of course, TikTok, whatever. A lot of these get cut into shorts. The long version's always posted as well. So thank you all very much once again for listening. I appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, BK signing off.